So hello, beautiful people, for hopping on for this call, and thank you for taking out the time for being here. It really means a lot. So I'm saying thank you before because I don't know after the call whether you'll be abusing us or you'll be celebrating us, whatever it is. So I just say my gratitude right now to all of you and all those lovely people. And if you can open your video, it'll be really nice because the first thing, I was not kidding, the first thing is like you need to be comfortable with whatever we are if we are doing our business. Because if we are not comfortable with ourselves, we are hiding and we are hiding our business. So whether you're in your PJs, whether you are in your office, whether you're eating, whether you're cooking, it doesn't matter. Your life is your business. Come on, guys. And all of you are very beautiful. So don't hide behind the people's projection of how we need to present ourselves to be seen. So that's here.
Oh my God, I just get to see so many beautiful faces of all my lovely friends.
And please acknowledge and give yourself a pat that yes, you took that challenge and on your screen. Because that also take a courage, a dilemma, whatever it is, because you all want to hide behind and just listen quietly.
Yeah.
I have been a backbencher.
Not even show up as I'm interested, but just show up as just the right way. So no one gets to judge me. So no one gets to see me and I can stay hidden. And the gift that I be doesn't need to show up. So how many of you are actually hiding the gift that you be?
And everything that brings up, will you guys destroy and create all your PRs and no's attached to it?
Yes. Yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shots, boys, forwards, and beyond. We are officially each other's pot and pockers.
Yes, I love it.
Wonderful.
So today's topic, it's very interesting because me and Chandana, we get speaking and like because I was asking her, hey, please come to Bombay and do this class because she's a facilitator of business done differently, and we were talking about businesses and different areas, and then suddenly multiple revenue stream topic of different areas came up, and one topic was multiple revenue stream, and it's like, oh, let's have a conversation, let's discuss, let's invite people and see what's their take on, what are their reservations, what are their points of views, and let's just play and see what shows up.
Yeah, thank you for that, Suruchi. It was such an interesting conversation that we were having the other day. And, Suruchi was like, revenue streams. I mean, how many of us have even limited ourselves to how many revenue streams actually can we receive from? Like, how many can you receive from, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, more, 5. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda says 5.
5 is the maximum.
Yeah.
Sorry? You have to unmute. If you are
saying unmute,
5,
10. Okay. Brenda says 10. Infinite says Sarita. Okay. What else? Who else?
Now we are bidding. Here goes one. Highest bidder is 10. Here
Infinite,
goes one.
Yeah. What else? Who else? Multiple. Wonderful. What else?
Anybody is going to challenge more than 10?
I would really like you all to actually get a little present with what does multiple and infinite even mean in your world. Like, we use the terms multiple, infinite. But in our head is taken over by being like 1 and 2. But we're saying multiple and infinite, limitless possibilities. Limitless possibilities. When it comes to choosing the possibilities, we look at the one that actually fits our point of view. Right? So get present with that.
It's so beautifully said because when Chandana, we all say because we like the idea, we like the word, we know it is possible. But when we actually start jotting down, if somebody says, okay, write down 10, 12, 15, we are not able to cognitively go beyond 3 or 4. Max.
Yes, just that. Just exactly, you hit it on the head. Yeah.
And that is a gap between what you're asking for, what you think you need, and what gets delivered. Because you're only congruent with 1 or 2 because in your head you have decided that is comfortable or you can receive or whatever that is.
And how many you can receive, how much you can receive. It's all about receiving, right? And and also
how much can you handle? Like like I grew up with people who said, oh my God, 4, 5, how will I handle that? I
Too
can't
much
handle,
work.
I can't run one business successfully. And we are talking about 3, 4, 5.
How many accounts do I need to open? How many people do I need to hire? Oh my God, how many energies do I need to deal with? I don't want to deal with these kind of energies. I would rather have people who are my type, who I can deal with, I can be happy with. If I have to do this business, then I have to hire this kind of people. No, 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 no. And all those reasons and justifications you're using to limit your revenue streams, please, Sylvie, could you destroy and uncreate all of that?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nice, short, boys and beyonds. And every day people limited your ideas because people said you're thinking too out of your head, too out of your race, too out of your chadar, like the proverb.
Chadar mein reh kar. What is that? Chadar mein something, something.
Utna ही पैर
जितनी
फैलाओ,
चादर उतना ही पाँव
जितना पैर
फैलाओ.
Ah, that. Thank you for that.
So what if
Copy
you can
pod.
say, what if you can say ki I will expand my sheet?
I will expand my chadar
Yeah.
as far as my legs can go.
Yes, as far as my legs can go, but then
What if the universe is your chadar, guy?
Yes.
What
but they
if
can't
the
have that, Chandana. Don't give the easy recipe,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, really.
How many people really believe that they can have universe as their charter?
Everything that doesn't allow that. Yes, absolutely, Sulbi. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and cock, online shot.
You're not allowed. You're late in the class. You're not allowed. You will be punished.
Oh my God, that was actually kind of my question.
That was like a deja vu. That was like a deja vu in school.
That was like my question. Ki guys, like I have like a business, a full-fledged business, and even like today only I was getting like so bored. I was like, yeah, what do I do? What do I do? And then there is this weird thing that whenever I'm like, okay, these 10 things that I can start, but then when you're about to start, you always are like, is it really required? Are you, so what do we do with this kind of I won't even call it a dilemma, but this kind of a funk where you want to do something, but then you feel that whether it'll not add. So what question can I ask there? I don't know if I was clear.
You are absolutely clear, my dear.
Okay. Glad.
You know, you really want to look at what have you decided you can create as your reality. What have you decided you can create as your business? Is there a separation between you and the business that you've decided you can create? If there was no separation between you and business, what can you create?
Oh my God, like as you're saying it, I'm kind of realizing, yes, there is a bit of separation. Yeah. Okay.
You know, always ask, will this contribute to my life? What will my life be like 5 years from now if I was to choose this? What will my life be like 5 years from now if I was not to choose this? Is this a business I'm choosing to create that would create me money? Is this one of the businesses that would create me money? Ask questions of your business. Get your business to work for you. Don't be the one who's controlling the business and deciding what the business should look like, which most of us are so good at. Like, I'm a really good control freak. I can control my business and make it so small and prove to the world how not successful I am. Wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, online shots, voice, ads, and beyonds. What if you can look at your business and be like, okay, is this going to contribute if I add it to my life? Like whatever that in those 10 seconds, whatever is showing up, like maybe it's a garment industry that's showing up and there are options to, hey, start this and, and I see a smile on your face. I wonder what that is. Very subtle hidden smile. And I, asking like, will this create me money? Will this add to my life? Is this a creation stream? Is this a revenue stream? There's so much information out there with business. So many questions you can ask of your business. But when you really start to get present with, when you really start to get present with what you're creating something for, or what you're choosing something for, not with an agenda, not with a point of view, not with a conclusion, but really like, okay, if I'm choosing to create this business, what can it create? Is it expansive? Is it contractive? Do you want to add it to your life? Or is it for somebody else that you're just aware of? I mean, how often are you aware of what your neighbor's looking at? And you're like, oh, I got this idea, so it must be for me. Without asking, is this for me or somebody else?
Yeah, that's
Is it the present? Is it the future? If it's the past, it's already been created, something that you're aware of. If it's the present, you want to ask more questions. Is it for me? Is it for the now? If it's for the future, again, ask now or when. Write it down in a diary. Ask it to show you when. And again, for me or someone else. Get clarity with the awarenesses that you get to add revenue streams. You're a humanoid, you know you can do it all. You're a humanoid, you get really excited with the idea of, adding to your life.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Thank you so much, Anand. Thank you guys.
You're welcome, my lovely. And sweetheart Suruchi, add something, love.
See, I know, I like the conversation. I'm still stuck when you said it's so beautifully. Is it a creation? It's a revenue stream, the idea.
Yeah.
So it's so beautifully because we think every idea that we have is going to generate the revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the reason when it's not generating the revenue, it's not acknowledging the creation, the energy of the creation it is contributing.
Yes. So true. So true.
So can you, if now is the time or whatever, can you speak a little more to these two different energies that people have kind of glummed it, like they reject whatever they're creating because they have decided it'll give them money because they didn't ask question, they jumped into a conclusion.
Surbi, you're on mute, love.
किसको बोलना है? मेरे को बोलना है, आपको बोलना था?
I'm asking Chandana. Sorry.
Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, just keep asking, like Suruchi said, when you're looking at creating a business, you got to ask, you got to have clarity. There are certain businesses that you will create which will not bring you money. Okay. And then when you look at that business, you're like, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about this because, Suruchi, thank you for catching that energy. That's a big one when you talk about the business done differently. Speak about it in the class. Because when we look at a revenue stream, it's supposed to, we look at revenue as only money, right? And we look at creation as just a creation, like, okay, I made it and now it's done. What if choice is a creation? What if every creation stream of yours, in other words, every choice that you make, is creating something in your life, whether it shows up as a revenue stream in the form of money, or whether it shows up as a revenue stream as adding energy to your life, expanding your world. Have you acknowledged that? Or have you not even acknowledged it? That doesn't allow it to grow. If you're going to acknowledge every penny that you create, every single penny that comes in, even if it's just a 1 rupee or a $1, if you're really going to acknowledge that, you're really going to have gratitude for that revenue, what can that create for you in the form of cash? But is that the only thing that's limited to a revenue stream? Is it only cash? So how many revenue streams do you already have that you're not acknowledging? Like you think it's just got to be the business that's bringing you money, that's a revenue stream. How many more businesses do you already have that may not be bringing you money as in money, but are adding to your life, expanding your world, exponentializing your reality, exponentializing your receiving? It could be a WhatsApp group, it could be a FB group, it could be your Instagram handle. What if each one of this is a revenue stream? Have you asked them to make you money? Or have you just looked at it as, I've got to post my class and put it out there? Have you included it?
It's a to-do list. I've done it. I pasted everywhere, every forum I have ever been a part of, whether people will receive, not receive, because we just don't want to take a moment to be present. What is that class? What is your revenue stream? What is the business asking for? What kind of energy it's asking you to be, and where it would like to go. It's like taking a child and making him do all the classes because everybody's kids are doing. You don't ask the kid, hey, what class would you like to do?
Yes, that. And what if every graphic of yours is a creation stream? What if every graphic of yours is a revenue stream? Every graphic that you post, are you just posting it because that's what you're supposed to do? Or are you actually looking at it as a revenue stream? Everything, every molecule on this planet hears you. Are you willing to speak to every molecule on the planet?
And are you willing to receive from every molecule of the planet? Because sometimes you're thinking your revenue stream to be linear. What if it's not linear? Somebody may have seen your poster, nobody attended the class, but they saved the poster and they connected to you after 2 years. But they didn't show up in that moment. You discounted your creation. I'm talking about class, it can be any product.
Everything that you discounted, all the creations that you discounted because it didn't show up the way you thought it should. You didn't get the money, you didn't have the people, no one bought your product. So you decided and concluded it was a waste of time, it was a waste of energy, it was a waste of money, waste. Discounted it all. Yeah, would you please destroy and uncreate all of that? And send out a little thank you, a little gratitude to each of your creations for supporting you, for being there for you, for showing up for you, even when you were hiding. Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and cold, 9 shots, boys, for wax and beyond.
When you're speaking, the other thing that is popping up, sorry, I know there's somebody
Yes,
who had a
please.
question. I just want to ask one thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very interesting when we choose a revenue stream, we make the choice of the revenue stream also very linear. Oh, I'm a teacher, I am an energy worker, or whatever XYZ defined by my work, I will choose in that area only. What your revenue stream can be completely multi-dimensional, just like you, it can be something very different, that you may do dance and you may be a teacher, you may be a doctor, you may be doing yoga, walking the dog, I don't know, whatever it is. But sometimes when we choose, when we get to decide, we only try to fit into the box of the definition that we have based on the work or the business we currently have.
Yeah. Because what have we done there? Suruchi, we've used our business as a tool of separation.
And that's what Survi was talking about, separation. She's like, I have the feeling of separation. It's like, if you have 100 child, do you feel separated from 100 child? Like ancient days it used to be. I'm not talking about having 100 child, but if your business is just like children, right? And if you have 100 a man, or whatever number of children you have, and if you look back olden times, all the children, like I remember my daddy and all, they had like 12 brother, sister, and all big families, like 10 was minimum. My bua, my mama, 10-12 is minimum. But they all grew up beautifully because there was no control. And you limiting your businesses based on what?
Yeah. So what if you didn't have to control your business? And what if you could acknowledge your business as a pet, as a baby animal, as a cub in the jungle? Can the lion or the tiger mom control the cub? No, but the cub will come to the mother when it's hungry. The cub is like, okay, I'm hungry now. Are you willing to allow your business to be so independent and yet have the business's back so it knows it can always come to you when it requires an energy? Are you willing to be that? Are you willing to be so expansive that your business knows you have its back? It can go where it wants to, it can go to whichever country it wants to, it can create whatever it wants to, knowing knowing that you are there, that if it falls, you will hold it, you will not reject it. If it fails in the eyes of anybody, you will still be there supporting it, loving it, caring it, having gratitude for it. Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and cold, 9 shots, boys, forwards and beyonds. You know, when you I just wanted to talk a little bit about this energy that you just brought up, Suruchi, about the, oh, thank you, Sarita. Yeah, I mean, business is beautiful. And when you include business in your life, in your living, you start to recognize that if you're willing to be inclusive with your creations, the world, this reality calls it business. But if you're willing to be inclusive with your business, it shows up as commerce. It shows up as a gifting and a receiving, that you be, that your business be. And that's the ecosystem of creation. That's the ecosystem of existence and survival and thrival and whatever you choose. I mean, if you're choosing survival, you'll be supported. If you're choosing thrival, you'll be supported. What are you choosing? And are you willing to be that space of being the inclusion that has every molecule connecting, contributing to your business and you to every molecule on the planet? And how many of us have actually used our business to separate ourselves, right? We're like, I'm a healer, or I only do access, I don't do theta, I don't do Reiki, or I'm a fashion designer, or whatever. And now, I will now fit myself into that box and I will judge everybody else simply because they're not choosing what I'm choosing, so they're not validating me. Everywhere you're using your business as a tool of the need of validation, which keeps the need of the reactive reality with business, would you all destroy and uncreate all of that?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all 9 short boys, povads and beyonds, and everywhere you're using your business to prove your worth, because there was another energy of requirement.
Yeah.
Right? When you do it from a space of requirement, what is requirement? It's a lie. And why you're doing that lie? Because you need to prove something. So when you're going to proving, what is the energy of proving here? You decided something outside of you, something that you need to because you don't know. So that's the reason you're trying to make a right choice with your revenue stream. You're trying to make it right because you have to prove.
And every proving is a need of reactive reality. Every time you want to prove, every time you need validation, you're operating from the need of the reactive reality. You have to be in reaction, basically. You have to keep your business in reaction to you, to your choices, and you have to be in reaction to your business and to your choices, and to everyone who chooses you and doesn't choose you. Very, very tasty khichdi. Yes, Sarita. Hi, Sarita. You have your hand up, my love.
Yeah, I have a question here. Like,
Ana Thalia?
uh,
It looks so good, okay?
thank you. So, my question is like, every month, like, I'm creating, but from the space of proving. Just now I got this because my dad always is asking how much money you have make in this month. And in order to prove him, in order to please him, I'm just creating. But other than, I'm not creating from the space of joy or from the space of creation. I'm just creating from the space of proving him in order to please him.
So how much money are you making to prove that you know how to create money? Is it not, you don't have to give me a figure. Is it a figure that makes you happy, or could you create more?
I could create more, but I'm not creating it just because that figure is like, that fixed point of view that, okay, itna aa gaya, I'm heroine like now. Now I'm a hero in my dad's eyes. So done.
Everywhere you need to be a hero in your dad's eyes. What if you could use that to your advantage, and what if it's not wrong?
Yeah.
Right, wrong,
This is
bad,
not to have you judge yourself. This is just to have you get aware that, oh, I'm operating like this. Okay, what if I could use this to my advantage? Okay, I'm still trying to make daddy happy. I'm still daddy's little girl. Okay,
Yeah.
how can I use that to my advantage now and outcreate everything? So my daddy is also shocked at how much money I can make. Are you willing to shock your daddy?
Yes.
No,
Now,
you just want to keep your daddy happy. You don't want to shock him.
No. I just want to do that now.
Good.
it's like passing marks. Sarita, how much are you creating like a passing mark?
Right.
That amount is your passing mark. That if I create this, he will not get upset, but he will not get surprised that, oh my God, my daughter created so much.
And he will not get upset, like Suruchi just said. You will not offend dad that I can create way more than you did. You won't offend him. You'll still remain his little baby.
But since it is not happening now, I'm being in a arrogant state of mind that I just need to prove him. That's it. And I'm just operating from that mindset.
Is it arrogant state of mind, or is it a state of rejection?
It's a state of rejection.
Yeah.
Thank
So what
you.
if you can ask, what am I rejecting? By rejecting this point of
Myself.
view. Yeah. You don't want to reject points of views. You don't want to fight against points of views. You just want to be interesting point of view. And that can only come when you acknowledge the point of view that you're using.
Thank you. Thanks
You're
a lot.
welcome, beauty. You're welcome.
There was another hand raised.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Mona?
was mine.
Yeah.
Yes, Malika. Yes. Lovely name.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. I think it's kind of related to what like Sarita asked before as well. So what if you are able to create multiple revenue streams, but then how do you differentiate that you're creating or you're just being hungry and greedy, firstly?
Mm.
And secondly, also when let's say you want something or you wish for something and like you are able to create that stream in the manner you want. I don't know if it happens to other people, but you get scared yourself that how is it possible that everything's going well and you exactly created it the way you wanted to, and then you end up messing it yourself. Like it happened with me a lot. It happens with me a bunch of times. So yeah, that's my question.
What do you have more fun, creating or destroying?
Obviously creating.
Obviously.
Professor.
That's the right answer. The truth.
That's a
What's more
standard
fun,
answer.
honey? Yeah.
That's
What's
a
more fun,
standard answer.
darling?
100 out of 100 de do usko.
De diya. Distinction pass.
Yes.
So what's more fun, creation or destruction? Have you seen this? Have any of you played that game as a child? I used to play it a lot. Game of cards that that you make that you build a castle and then you break it.
Stack houses with the cards. Yeah.
Yeah, or then you build a beautiful sand castle and then you jump on it and jump on it and jump on it and jump on it and destroy it. Feels familiar to anybody? Or was it just me?
It was just you.
Just me.
The rest of the people will like, oh, हमारे age में ये game नहीं था.
हाँ, हमारी age में
Yeah.
ये game नहीं था. So lucky you could destroy also. Everyone, destruction is wrong, creation is right, creation is wrong, destruction is right. Could you
So
destroy?
let me ask you a question. When Chandana used to destroy, what sense of power did you feel when you destroyed and recreated again?
That, right? But what a misidentified power. What if you could create a beach full of sand houses, sand castles? Instead of, what if you don't have to destroy one to create another? You get that energy, guys? Like can only love one man. To love another man, I have to destroy this. Or I can only have one business. To have another, Nishita's smiling. To have another business. Somewhere I said something that hit somebody. So I can only have one business. To have another business, I have to prove why I have to have another business. So let's destroy it.
And then also there's a benchmark that we have. Like when you say, Malika, it's getting actualized very easily. How much you have a benchmark that you can only give yourself permission to have 5, 6, 10 things show up. And when it starts showing up, you have to destroy and create so that you can again go and create.
Yeah.
A. B, how much you want your friends and people to be comfortable and not see that you are smarter than them. How much are you planning to play mediocre in your life or normal in your life?
That energy of mediocrity is so big in business. It is so big. Suruchi, thank you for bringing that energy up, because if you look around you, how many of you are choosing a business to stay mediocre? Even if you're doing something that's out of the box, like Access is kind of out of the box, right? So I'm so out of the box. Oh my God, I'm choosing Access. But let's also be normal, so I'm not too out of the box. Still staying mediocre. Still the need of being mediocre. Why love only one man and be cut off sexualness to receive from everyone and everything? Yeah, that. What if, you could actually receive from every man, every woman? And again, it doesn't mean you have to go have sex with them. Pretty much everybody thinks that's what it means. But what if you could just receive? Receive appreciation, receive adoration, receive gratitude, receive money, receive joy, receive a laughter, receive a dance, receive judgment, receive the hate, receive everything. What if it's the same with your business?
So, Malika, what's for you?
I think I understand it kind of better now, and I do really relate to the mediocre point of view. And I think that is something that I did not even realize, or it never came actively to my mind before you said it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Great. Ankita, have a hands raised. Yes, Ankita.
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Hello.
think I have asked multiple times the same question, that what gift my business is gifting me, which is not allowing me to outcreate my current reality. So I have been in this question and I wonder, like, what gift? I'm not able to perceive anything.
What if you can change your question to what gift can I be to my business? What gift am I to the business that I am not acknowledging? Have you acknowledged yourself to be a gift, honey? When you acknowledge friends to be a gift, you acknowledge your business to be a gift. Have you acknowledged yourself to be the gift?
I'm feeling very sleepy with this call.
Yes. Because
I
it's
know.
pushing the buttons.
No,
Thank
no, it's
you so
because,
much, ma'am.
no, Suruchi, it's because it's 10 past 10. It's late at night.
Oh, no, but she doesn't have
No.
any. No, her clothes doesn't have button. How can we push the button?
Oh, yeah. How does it get any better? Sweetness?
Super.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
So we spoke about different energies now, Chandana.
Yes.
We spoke about different thing. Just one last question, if nobody has a
Yes,
question.
please.
It's like we make money so significant. We like, okay, I'm investing so much for these classes, okay, because businesses are different. So we are also here to sell the products, sell ourselves, sell the energies. But it all boils down to, oh my God, how expensive it is. Okay. It's like, oh my God, so much money. I don't have so much money. or I have a limited kitty. Where all can I invest in and things?
Mm.
It's we all have been there, done that. So I'm
Yeah.
just addressing to that energy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's very interesting. It's like if we do this class, or what is that mindset change, or what is the energy change, and what has been for you, because you've been facilitating it now over I don't know how many years, but
Quite a few years.
quite a few years. I don't, because I don't have a count of my own self, so I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody else how long they have been facilitating. So it's so beautifully, because I've started seeing, like, for me, it's like when I don't go the linearity of the things and just start saying, okay, if I invest in this, how my future and things like that. But because we stay in this reality, and we also, whatever we are generating, we also have a limited box of money.
Hmm.
So how does this linearity that we're sitting and feeding ourselves day in, day out, the lack of money, or the whatever, this energy with money
When
and
we believe that we have a limited amount of money for classes, we are actually cooperating with insanity. It is limited. Lack is all insanity. Finiteness is insanity, which we choose. I know I choose it a lot. And then at least now I'm aware of when I'm choosing it. So now I can unchoose it. But every time that we tell ourselves, each time we tell ourselves that, it's a limited amount of money, that, this is the amount of money I have, and I have to do this and this and this and this. You are just cooperating with insanity instead of cooperating with the possibility that the universe is here to gift you. So what are you cooperating with right now? When you believe that it's too expensive a class and you can't do it because you have to do something else, or you need the money for something else. Have you just limited what you could receive simply by choosing? If you were just to choose, and be like, universe, I'm choosing this class, can you just bring me the money? Suruchi, I'll share a little story here. Many of you might have heard of it because I have shared this pretty often in the past for those who have had this energy around money with classes. When I did my bars class the first time, my facilitator at that time, RD and Kiran, they asked me, would you like to do the foundation? And I asked them the price. And I said to them, am I crazy? I'm not going to spend so much money. And that time it was just 48,000. I said, I'm not nuts. I'm not going to spend 48,000 rupees on a class. My life is not so bad. That was my instant reaction, right? Reaction to spending money. And then when I came home and I got, a few months went by and I began running bars and I started to see the difference and I started to read more. I started to hear more calls. I started to get this pull of, foundation. There's something to the foundation. I want to do the foundation. But I didn't have the money at that time because we were having a lot of issues in our work. My husband's factories had shut down. I didn't have any work. So I was like, where the hell am I going to be, investing 48,000 rupees into a class like this? I don't think I can do it. And then I heard that the classes had gone up to, I think, 54 or 56 or something. 1st of January, classes are going up. That one bomb that Access throws out. I got that years back, the first bomb. And I was like, oh my God, I better do it now before it goes up even more. I didn't have the money. I just chose it in that moment. I was like, I don't know who I'm going to do it with. I don't know when I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to do it now before 31st of December. And I just chose and I literally left it in that moment. Okay. And I got busy with my friend's daughter's wedding. I was like, I had to go for a wedding. So I was opening my cupboard, taking out my shawls because it was winters in Delhi. And I have this one cupboard where I keep my winter wear and my shawls were in that. So I took out the shawl and I just, if my daughter was there, she would have laughed at me because I always say it this way. I did this to the shawl. I jhadoed the shawl. It's got mothballs in it. So I jhadoed my shawl and out fell a wad of money. Okay, thick wad of money. I was like, where the hell did this come from? I don't keep money in that cupboard. It's just my winter cupboard. And I'm very particular about mera ye cupboard mein ye hai. I've never done that, okay? And I'm like, ye paise kahan se aaye? So I picked it up and I began counting it. And it was exactly 48,000. Exactly, not 1 rupee more, but 1 rupee less. And I looked at it and I said, should I ask my husband if he kept it there? If I ask him, he'll say, yeah, he kept it. I quickly called up the facilitator and I said, guys, I am now ready for the class. And then there was this little guilt in me that I was like, shit, yeah, what if it's my, what if actually Raj kept it there and what if, he's going to require it? So I asked him, I said, hey, honey, have you ever kept any money in my cupboard? And he said, which cupboard? I don't even have the key. So where did the money come from? The universe gifted it to me. Are you willing to believe in magic? Are you willing to make your ask, your choice so big? So big. Are you willing to be that demand which is so huge that the universe can't help but cooperate? I know my demands are that big. My demand is like, I'm choosing this now. Universe, support me.
I'm
I'm willing to
demanding
do
bitch.
and be whatever it takes. Yeah.
I'm saying I'm a born demanding bitch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely, Jeevan. Magic shows up in unexpected ways. I mean, this is totally unexpected, right? It's just a choice, guys. But if you make money significant, it's a bye-bye to the choice.
Because you have decided that you cannot create that is your point of view.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah.
You have again invited the energy of poverty, lack. It is not about doing this class, that class. It's not about that. It is
No.
just getting present. It's like, what energy are you using to create the future that you would like to have? So it is only from that space. And sometimes we do have, because it's like, I have done it, like when it comes to, it's like buying designer clothes. Oh yes, because it will be seen and blah, blah, blah. When it comes to that, I'm like, really, do I really need to do this now?
Do I really need to change so much?
Yes. So we all have our own insanity and like thing you really like that you can easily spend. So the beautiful way I do is like I know I can spend on clothes, I can spend on bags. So I get the energy of things that I want to do and replace it with this bag or that bag. And it's like, will I choose it now? I said, yes. I said, so I can choose the class too, or I can choose this. So it just becomes easier when you take the significance attached to something, because people can't relate to the choices that you're making in terms of classes and all, because you can't justify your choice. And that's the reason we make money the reason and justification for not stepping up or not choosing. So that is an energy that I wanted to address. That's it.
Thank you for that, Suruchi. I mean, how many, and it's not wrong, guys. If you are making money an issue, please don't judge yourselves. We've all been there. That's the way we've been taught to choose. We have been taught to look at our money, how much you have, and then choose. None of us was told, go into a store, look at what you like, and now ask for it, ask for the money. None of us was ever told that as a child. We were all told, this is the amount of money you have. Now, when you go shopping, make sure you buy something that, you have the money for.
And save something. You have a budget. So buy something and make sure that you save. And if you come and save, you're like, oh my God, such a responsible, nice child. See, look at her and look at you. You spend everything and you ask more money again.
Yeah. And what if you're choosing this class could exponentialize your receiving, where money was never a problem again?
And whenever you choose the class, ask the class to make you 100 folds more.
Nah, you can't do that. Class won't hear you only.
Oh, deaf.
Class is deaf. Universe is also deaf. Everything that brought up, by the way, we are joking. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, spoils, and beyonds.
Good, you said you're joking, because in one of my facilitation, I was just joking, and then later she said, "Do you really mean?" I said, "No, I was just joking. Please don't take me seriously. Half of the things I'm joking around. So please, please, please. I don't take myself seriously. You don't take me seriously, please."
Absolutely. There was a similar thing happened with me, Suruchi. I must share with you. We had a class once, guys, and we said, in Access, you're not allowed to laugh. It's a very serious class. So first day finished. This was a foundation. That time it used to be 4 days. Second day, this sweet girl comes to us and she says, when you're cracking jokes, I really want to laugh, but it's very difficult to control. If I laugh, will something wrong happen? gotta make sure I tell everyone you're joking.
Great, guys. I think it's 10:20. We have almost reached an hour. So
Yeah.
it's an invitation of different energies that we spoke about. These are the different energies that we'll be addressing depending on the questions that you have. In Business Done Different class, which you can do it online as well as live. It'll be in Mumbai. If your business is asking for that energy, if you think this class will be a contribution, hop on. If you know somebody else is looking, please do share.
Yeah, because it
Love
has
to
a
have your
prereq,
contribution.
right?
And it doesn't have a prerequisite.
Yeah.
And it's only about being more. And how many more, actually, just ask yourself today, how many more revenue stream can actually have that I've never considered? Play with this and see what shows up. And are those revenue streams ideas yours or someone else?
Amazing.
And if you have any question regarding the class or something, you can ask, you can unmute, ask now. If you would like to ask later, you can do. It is on 28th, 29th, and 30th of April.
Yeah.
And the best is, unlike foundation, it can be attended from any part of the world, wherever you are. All you need is a demand of yourself and a presence of you.
Ah, I love that. A demand of yourself in the presence of you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, my dear Suruchi. Thank you, Nishita, for being here. Thank you, Jeevan. Thank you, Monica, Karishma, Sarita, Sarita, and everybody else who didn't show up facially.
Thank you, people in black and white and color TV. Thank you.
I love you all.
People were seen are
Really.
colored. And
Thank you, Samir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye,
you so
guys.
much.
Good night. Have a
Bye. Good
great night
night. Have a
ahead.
nice.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.